Okay, so I am here, and I want to show you a few preliminary things I got. So I'm driving to North Florida right now. I found a piece of land, an acre, in a place that, relatively speaking, is a lot better elevation than where I'm at, and even around the neighboring, small cities and things, it's even better elevation than that. Not in a flood zone. I can put an RV. I can put structures on it before I even have other things.
So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean.
Now, most everybody knows, if you know anything about construction, Florida is a really tough place to try to do anything, off-grid or even moderately without restriction, because there's so many building codes in Florida, and you've got to meet, certain hurricane wind speeds and all this other stuff, and it's just loaded with different building processes and stuff. But so I've been looking in northern Florida because there's a couple of counties in the entire state, only 2 of them have really what I'm looking for, that I know you know what I'm talking about. So 2 of them allow you to actually live on land in an RV as your primary dwelling without having housing first structure, and then they'd allow you an RV like most other counties in most other states. That's the requirement. But there are 2 counties in Florida that allow you to live in an RV on your land, and you still have to have well and septic though. But the permitting process is literally like a half of 1 page of simple. It's really easy, but you're going to want a well anyway. Septic is going to be, I didn't really want to do that. I would have been happy using a composting toilet or something. But the fact that they'll let you, and you're going to want a well anyway, that's great. And then the same 2 counties also allow you to have accessory buildings on the land before you even have your primary dwelling, which is important if you got to try to do things like I do now, where you're trying to save money and pay for things as you go, because that means you can build your own shed or get a shed or whatever, and you can store stuff on your land legally, without them being able to take it off and fine you every day that it's on there without a primary dwelling. So that's really important. And the reason I'm coming up here now today is I'm gonna meet someone who's a clearing grading company, because I have to have like a rough drive cut in. Not that it's super densely wooded with trees, but fairly enough, and I've got to be able to have a cut in for a water well drilling rig to be able to pull on to drill the well back on the property, because I don't want it at the front of the property. And since it's really rural, when I called to get a survey, it's like $1,000, and $1,000 I don't have, and $1,000 I certainly wouldn't want to spend if I did have it on the survey, when I need the 3 important things, the RV, the well, and the septic itself, and then I got to get the land prepped a little bit. So I had called some small equipment places that are close by that rent like bobcats, like mini excavators, backhoes, things like that, thinking, well, if it's going to be too expensive to hire somebody, maybe I can just watch a bunch of YouTube videos, figure out how to use some small equipment, and cut the drive in myself and clear some of the land in, so at least the well drilling truck can turn around and go back out. So what I decided to do regarding the survey, if you want to save yourself a lot of money, if it's going to be expensive for you are too. So what you can do is if you go on to the county tax assessor map, and if you either know the strap number or you know the owner's name that it was before you bought it, or the specific address, but chances are if it's pretty rural, it's not going to have an address yet. But if you go to the tax assessor office or online, you'll see a plat map which at least outlines the parcel or land that you're looking at or that you want to buy. And you can use Google Maps then to actually go to the 4 points, the 4 corners, or however many corners of your parcel, and then drop a pin. And when you drop a pin by clicking on it on the corner, it will give you the GPS coordinates. So you got to do them all separate. Go Google Maps, find your parcel, and it'll be outlined. Click on one of the corners, screenshot or write down what the GPS coordinates are of that corner. Go to the next corner, drop the pin, get the coordinates. Do that for all the corners, and you can then pull up Google Maps, and in the search bar you can put in the first set of GPS coordinates, and then when you've got that in there, click on the blue button at the bottom that says directions, like you're going to that address, only you're going to a GPS coordinate. Click on direction, and then it will give you your moving blue circle to guide you to where that GPS point is. Now, yes, this is not going to be exact as a laser survey, but if you're just worried about trying to identify, where your corners are, pretty closely, just to know to, build stuff, cut stuff in, or whatever, this will save you a lot of money. And then after you're on your, first point, it can put your flag, and then go back, put in the second set of GPS coordinates, hit the blue button that says directions, and then walk around until your circle is over where you're supposed to be, and then plant those flags on all your corners. And that'll be, within several feet, that'll be a pretty good guide for you to do what you need to do. So when I get there, I'll show you what I'm doing, and I'll tell you more then. Okay. No, that's good. Okay, so I am here, and I want to show you a few preliminary things I got at Lowe's. I got some of these steel rebar pieces. These were already pre-cut. I'm going to use these at the corner mark, and if anybody sees them, they look pretty old. They'll probably think a official survey was done if I ever get any immediate neighbors. And then I got some flags. I'm going to mark out where I want to cut the driveway in. I'll show you. But then I stopped at a Dollar General or something, whatever, and is this going? Yeah. And got, some pistachios. I only got what they had. They had like this gift wrap ribbon, 80 foot of this, because on the interior, I'm going to use this string to mark off the interior area to see where I want to keep the buffer of trees on all 4 sides to the interior. That way they'll know where to clear on the interior, and they won't go past that toward the outside boundaries. And then these, any particularly nice trees or groups of trees that I want to keep in that inside perimeter, I'm just going to tie some yellow ribbon around that. So I'll grab my phone and show you what I'm doing. Okay, so what I did when I got close is I put in the first set of GPS coordinates. I'm not going to show you where those are, but it shows you some dots where there's more established road. And then I actually went in, if you can see, there's like a little road right here, and then it shows walking in, and then you can see the 4 points. Hopefully you can see. Let me see. You can see the 4 points of that lot. So, alright, so I'm gonna go walk over, and you'll be able to see as I move toward that first GPS spot. You'll see that walking symbol get closer and closer, closer. We can zoom it in, which actually I'm going to do to get as close as I can. Let me see. Which way?
So you're getting the flags, so tell them what you're doing.
So I'm gonna, these were only sold in bundles, but I'm gonna put the orange ones, one next to each of the steel pins. That way they kind of look like utility flags, so somebody will think it was actually surveyed. I'm gonna get my coordinates and I don't want to show that. Actually, it's right on. So, take this. I'll find something to hammer that down. Use
the other piece of rebar.
Yeah, give me a minute.
Go too deep, because then you won't be able to pull it out when you have to clear it.
Well, this isn't getting clear.
Oh, okay.
I don't want that to look like a survey stake.
You don't?
I want it to look like a survey pit.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, it's got to stick up a little.
Okay. So, now I'm going to put in my second coordinate. So I'm going to go all the way back and put in my next coordinate.
Well, I don't think we go through those, because there's a lot of rattlesnakes in there. We should go around.
I don't know where you go around.
Over here. Let's see if there's a way I can. Looks like there's like a path right here, sort of. Okay. Okay. Oh, we have to go this way. Well, you can cut my voice out. Looks like something ate a bird here. Yeah, look. Right there. Something ate a bird. So you're trying to match up the little red dot with the other dot, right?
Mm-hmm.
See all the birds? You right here?
Yep.
It ate something. Something ate something.
When you look at it, you come through and you look at it and you go, hey, there's a little bit more stuff here, and that's what we try to do. We try to make sure that you're happy with it. If you're not happy with it, we'll go back over and we'll do it. So we'll get you at an 8-hour day. We'll do 8 hours. We'll do this in 8 hours easy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
Right. Well, see, like a lot of the big stuff, this stuff like this here, to me, that's a junk tree. It's gone. If it was up, that's up to you, whatever you want to do.
Yeah,
Me,
if they're
I
on
would
the
just cut it down.
interior, yes.
Yeah.
If they're on the perimeter, bummer, but I'll have to
Right.
keep them to keep a buffer.
Well, I think that's what we'll do is we'll just start on the inside. We'll get the machine in. We won't cut nothing on the road. We just get it in. We do this big old circle in here.
Okay.
And then we'll see the circle. We'll leave all the big pine trees. You see a
Okay.
big oak tree, you're out here. Hey, let's leave this one here before we get to it. We'll go around it. We won't mess with it.
Okay.
And then when we get through that circle, you can look at it and you go, hey, let's carry another, or you might say, no, that's fine. Leave that alone there. You might want to leave the back
Okay.
fine. You can set it from there.
That
And then
makes
if you say,
sense.
hey, if that's higher ground, I'd rather the road coming this way, and you can
Okay.
change that from there.
Okay, that's a
Before
good idea.
before cutting the road in and then find out that's the lowest part and you go, shit, I don't want to do that.
Exactly.
What equipment do y'all use?
John Deere, skid steer.
Okay.
Bolt head on it.
Okay.
Forestry package, $140,000 machine. John Deere 333G.
Okay.
It's a brand new one. It's actually 3 weeks old now.
Oh wow.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because I see the sign through there, the no trespassing sign on the other side. I just went by it.
I think that's on the other side.
But I mean, it's close to it, so
Oh,
I know
okay,
about where
gotcha.
the corner's at. Yeah. We had the other one we
Okay.
had for, we've been doing it for over 2 years. But
Wow.
And this is your
this is my retirement.
this is your fun.
I got a pension coming in every month. It's pretty good, but I'm
nice.
going to stay busy. We have 100 acres. We raise miniature donkeys. It's called, the name of
Oh,
our farm's
no
called
way.
Her
Broken
daughter
Ass
wants
Farms.
one.
Oh,
Her daughter
my
wants to buy
God.
one.
Yeah, it's called
Her
Broken Ass Farms.
She's wanted. Oh
no,
my God.
her daughter's like a teacher. Leave Orlando. She wants to move up here.
Oh yeah.
And she wants one.
But we also
She
have a
wanted
boarding
an
kennel.
orphan donkey, baby donkey.
We have a boarding kennel. It's called the Barking Purr Bed and Breakfast. It's a doggy hotel. It's a cat and dog hotel. It's what my wife does. So
Nice.
we board anywhere from 40 to 80 dogs a night, anywhere from 15 to 30 cats.
Wow.
And we usually stay packed. It's on our property. It's 700 feet from there to my house. We have 100
Is there
acres.
a lot of coyotes, wolves, or
We've-
black bear here?
There was a
Probably
whole dead.
coyotes, but
There was a dead skeleton of some kind of canine that was laying in the middle of the road, and it was eaten. It was gone. So I think it got pulled out when they cleared some land
there's
across.
coyotes out here. But once you start moving in here, I mean,
Or
they
two.
kind of get away from you a little bit. It all depends on what you got here. If you got chickens, they're gonna come in.
Right,
If
right.
you got small dogs, you got to watch them. You know,
Okay.
because the coyote, they'll pull one through a chain link
They'll
fence.
pull a little baby.
Oh yeah.
What time frame would be good for you guys? Like waiting a week or two,
That's
or
what I was getting at a while ago, and I just said, we told him we'd work 6 days a week. Sundays I'll do all my other little stuff.
okay,
You know, and I got
Okay.
a bunch of different jobs coming up, but I got different jobs where I got to be there 3 or 4 days, but they don't want to do it right now.
Right.
And there's some other that want to do it now, but they're just like, you know, do whenever you can get to it.
Right.
You know, and it's a lot of the stuff we do is around Cedar Key area.
okay,
We don't drive maybe 20, 30 minutes to go where we got to go.
okay.
So
All right. Well, if the guy can get them moved this coming week, then whatever the first Sunday you have is, then is good.
okay.
But the other nice thing here is it's close enough to I-10, 75, so you're not out
Right.
out in Montana. So if
See,
you need,
everybody always says the same thing because they know, right? They say, well, we're close, real close to Wayne's house. We're not worried.
yeah. April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.